Have you ever wondered how technology will transform the way we prove our identity in the near future? As we traverse the digital age, the pace of technological advancement is accelerating at an unprecedented rate. Every day we wake up to a world that's a little more connected, a tad more advanced, and significantly more reliant on technology. Now, there's one area of our daily lives that's being profoundly reshaped by this digital revolution: security and identity verification. As technology evolves, so does our need for more robust, secure, and innovative ways to authenticate our identities. We're gradually moving away from traditional methods like passwords and PINs towards more sophisticated and reliable forms of authentication. So what does the future hold for us in terms of authentication? In this video, we'll explore the future of authentication, focusing on biometric identification, voice recognition, behavioral biometrics, multi-factor authentication, and blockchain authentication. Strap in because we're about to delve deep into the fascinating world of futuristic security. Imagine a world where your unique physical traits are your ultimate keys. This isn't a far-fetched fantasy, it's the promising reality of biometric identification. Biometric identification is like your own personal, ever-present password. It uses your unique physical or behavioral characteristics, your fingerprints, your face, your voice, even the way you walk, to verify your identity. It's like having a secret handshake with the digital world, one that's almost impossible to replicate. Let's talk about the advantages. For starters, you can't forget your biometrics. They're always with you, like a built-in password manager that never needs updating. And because they're unique to you, biometric identification offers a higher level of security than traditional passwords. No more worrying about someone guessing your mother's maiden name or the name of your first pet. But biometrics aren't just about security, they're also about convenience. Imagine walking up to your car and it unlocks automatically because it recognizes your face. Or imagine your phone, knowing it's you just by the way you hold it. This is the kind of seamless interaction that biometric identification can offer. However, like any technology, biometric identification isn't without its potential drawbacks. For instance, unlike a password, you can't change your biometrics. If someone manages to replicate your fingerprint or mimic your voice, there's no reset button. Besides, there are privacy concerns. Your biometrics are deeply personal data, and there's understandable worry about how securely this information is stored and used. Moreover, there's the question of inclusivity. Not all biometric systems work well for everyone. For instance, facial recognition technology often struggles with certain skin tones or ages. It's crucial that as we move towards a future of biometric identification, we ensure it's a future that includes everyone. So, biometric identification could potentially make our lives more secure, but it's not without its challenges. As we continue to explore this exciting frontier, we must balance the promise of convenience and security with the imperative of privacy and inclusivity, because the future is at our fingertips, and we want it to be a future that works for all. What if your voice becomes your password? Imagine a world where you simply speak to unlock your phone, access your bank account, or verify your identity. This isn't a futuristic dream. It's happening now, thanks to voice recognition technology. This technology, inspired by the uniqueness of each individual's voice, is becoming an increasingly popular authentication method. It's not just about the sound of your voice, it's about the way you speak, the rhythm, the pitch, the accent, all those little idiosyncrasies that make your voice distinctively yours. So how does it work? Essentially, voice recognition technology breaks down your voice into various components such as tone, cadence, and pitch. It then creates a digital model of your voice, which it uses for comparison when you attempt to authenticate your identity. It's like creating a vocal fingerprint that's unique to you and you alone. Voice recognition is gaining popularity for a number of reasons. First, it's convenient. No need to remember complex passwords or carry around physical keys. Your voice is always with you. Second, it's quick. Authentication can happen in a matter of seconds. Third, it's non-intrusive. There's no need for physical contact, making it a clean and hygienic method of authentication. However, as with any technology, voice recognition isn't perfect. Background noise can interfere with recognition accuracy. Additionally, the technology is still susceptible to sophisticated attacks such as voice cloning or deepfake audio. It's also worth noting that, unlike a password, you can't change your voice if it's ever compromised. Despite these challenges, developers are working tirelessly to improve the system's robustness and resilience against potential attacks. They're integrating advanced machine learning algorithms and anomaly detection techniques to make this technology more secure and reliable. Indeed, your voice could be your next passcode, but like any system, it has its vulnerabilities. Yet, the future of authentication seems to be echoing with the sound of our voices. It's an exciting time to witness the evolution of security measures as we edge closer to a world where your identity is as unique as the sound of your voice. Could your behavior or a combination of different methods be the key to a safer digital world? Let's take a closer look at behavioral biometrics and multi-factor authentication, two innovative methods that aim to double-lock our digital lives. Behavioral biometrics is a fascinating field that focuses on the unique ways in which individuals behave. Picture this. Two people can have the same password, but the way they type it is different. One might type quickly, barely pausing between strokes, while the other might type slower, with longer pauses. This is where behavioral biometrics steps in. It assesses these unique behavioral patterns, like the rhythm of your typing or the way you hold and swipe your phone to authenticate your identity. It's like having a digital body language. Now let's consider multi-factor authentication, or MFA. You've probably already encountered this if you've ever logged into a system that required more than just your password. MFA combines two or more independent credentials, something you know, like a password, something you have, like a smart card, and something you are, like a fingerprint. The idea is that even if one factor is compromised, the others still provide protection. It's a digital version of not putting all your eggs in one basket. Both these methods have their advantages. Behavioral biometrics is passive and continuous, meaning it doesn't require any extra effort from the user and can provide ongoing authentication. MFA, on the other hand, is robust and diverse, providing multiple layers of security. However, it's important to note that these methods also come with potential downsides. Behavioral biometrics, while innovative, is still a developing field, and questions about its reliability and the privacy implications of such intense personal data collection still remain. Similarly, while MFA provides enhanced security, it can also lead to increased complexity and potential user frustration if the process becomes too cumbersome. In the end, the key to a safer digital world may well lie in a combination of these methods tailored to suit individual needs and contexts. The future of authentication is not about replacing passwords, but about enhancing them, creating a dynamic and adaptive system that can keep pace with evolving threats. While these methods may provide an additional layer of security, it's crucial to weigh their potential risks. After all, it's our digital lives we're safeguarding, and we deserve nothing less than the best protection. Could the answer to secure authentication lie in the transparent, immutable nature of blockchain technology? Blockchain technology, often associated with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, is not just about digital money. It's an ingenious innovation that has the potential to change the way we handle data, transactions, and yes, even authentication. Let's break it down. A blockchain is a decentralized and distributed digital ledger that records transactions across multiple computers so that any involved record cannot be altered retroactively. Because of this, the transparency and immutability of blockchain make it a reliable source of truth. Now imagine applying this technology to authentication. Instead of relying on a central authority to verify your identity, you could use a blockchain. Your identity could be verified by a network of computers, all agreeing that you are who you say you are. This is blockchain authentication. So how does it work? When you create an account on a blockchain-based system, you're given a private key, akin to a digital signature. This key is tied to your identity and can be used to sign transactions or log into your account. Every time you use your key, the network verifies it by checking the blockchain. And because the blockchain is immutable, it's nearly impossible for someone else to forge your key. This decentralization could remove the need for intermediaries such as banks or tech companies in the authentication process. It could also offer a solution to the problem of identity theft. If your private key is stolen, it can be revoked and replaced with a new one, and the old one can be flagged across the entire network. But like any technology, blockchain authentication is not without its challenges. For one, it requires a significant amount of computing power, which could be a barrier for some. Additionally, while it's nearly impossible to forge a private key, if someone gets hold of yours, they could impersonate you until the key is revoked. And of course, there's the issue of public acceptance. Many people are still wary of blockchain technology, associating it with the volatility of cryptocurrencies. In spite of these challenges, the potential benefits of blockchain authentication are significant. It could offer a new level of security and transparency in a world where digital identities are becoming increasingly important. Blockchain authentication could possibly revolutionize the way we verify our identities, but it's not without potential hurdles. So, what could the future of authentication look like? Let's take a moment to recap. We've ventured into the realm of biometric identification, where our unique physical traits become keys to our digital world. We've explored the nuances of voice recognition, an innovative approach that turns our voice into a personal identification tool. We've delved into the world of behavioral biometrics, where our unique actions and behaviors become a new layer of security. We've also examined multi-factor authentication, a method that layers security protocols for a more robust protection. And lastly, we've discussed blockchain authentication, a revolutionary approach that leverages the power of distributed ledger technology for secure and private authentication. These groundbreaking methods are not just concepts, but are shaping the future of authentication as we speak. They challenge traditional methods, offering increased security and convenience. Technology is rapidly transforming the way we verify our identity, and it's clear that the future of authentication is here to challenge and change our traditional methods.